Vladimir Putin, the enigmatic leader of Russia, has captivated the world with his strategic prowess, unwavering determination, and complex persona. Born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, now Saint Petersburg, Putin's journey from humble beginnings to the pinnacle of power is a testament to his resilience and ambition. Putin's early life was shaped by the hardships of post-war Soviet Russia. Raised in a modest household, he experienced the struggles and sacrifices of his parents, who survived the ravages of World War II. Putin's upbringing instilled in him a sense of discipline, patriotism, and determination to succeed against all odds. After excelling academically, Putin pursued higher education at Leningrad State University, where he studied law and immersed himself in the world of politics. It was during this time that he developed a keen interest in martial arts, particularly judo, which would become a lifelong passion and emblematic of his leadership style, combining strength, discipline, and strategic agility. Putin's rise to power began in the tumultuous years following the collapse of the Soviet Union. After a career in the KGB, Russia's intelligence agency, Putin entered politics and quickly rose through the ranks. His tenure as Prime Minister under President Boris Yeltsin provided him with invaluable experience and exposure to the inner workings of the Russian government. In 1999, Yeltsin appointed Putin as his successor, catapulting him into the presidency and signaling a new era in Russian politics. Putin's leadership style was characterized by pragmatism, decisiveness, and a strong commitment to restoring Russia's stature on the world stage. During his tenure as president, Putin implemented a series of economic and political reforms aimed at stabilizing the country and strengthening its position as a global power. He prioritized infrastructure development, modernization, and technological innovation, positioning Russia as a formidable player in the global economy. Putin's policies also focused on bolstering Russia's military capabilities and restoring its influence in international affairs. Under his leadership, Russia regained its status as a major geopolitical player, asserting itself in conflicts and crises across the globe. Putin's popularity among Russians can be attributed to his image as a strong, decisive leader who prioritizes national interests above all else. His tough stance on issues such as national security, law and order, and foreign policy resonates with many Russians who yearn for stability and strength in uncertain times. Despite criticisms of his authoritarian tendencies and restrictions on political freedoms, Putin maintains a broad base of support among the Russian populace, thanks in part to his efforts to improve living standards and promote patriotism. Putin's continued hold on power can be attributed to a combination of factors, including his adept political maneuvering, control over key institutions, and the absence of viable opposition. His dominance of Russia's political landscape has allowed him to weather challenges and maintain stability amid internal and external pressures. Putin's legacy is complex and multifaceted, reflecting both the achievements and shortcomings of his leadership. While he has presided over periods of economic growth and stability, his tenure has also been marred by allegations of corruption, human rights abuses, and authoritarian tendencies. Putin's first two terms as president of Russia, from 2000 to 2008, were marked by economic growth, stability, and a resurgence of Russian influence on the global stage. However, his tenure was also characterized by increasing centralization of power and crackdowns on political dissent. In 2008, due to constitutional term limits, Putin stepped down as president and assumed the role of prime minister under his hand-picked successor, Dmitry Medvedev. During this time, Putin maintained significant influence over Russian politics and continued to shape the country's direction. In 2012, Putin was re-elected as president for a third term, amid widespread allegations of electoral fraud and protests against his rule. His third term has been marked by a tightening grip on power, crackdowns on opposition figures, and growing assertiveness in Russia's foreign policy. The background to Putin's attack on Ukraine in 2022 is multifaceted and rooted in historical, geopolitical, and strategic considerations. Russia has long viewed Ukraine as a vital buffer zone and strategic ally, with deep historical, cultural, and economic ties between the two countries. Putin's decision to launch a military invasion of Ukraine in 2022 was motivated by a combination of factors, including concerns about Ukraine's pro-Western orientation, NATO expansion into Eastern Europe, and the desire to assert Russian dominance in the region. Putin's relationship with America has been characterized by rivalry, competition, and occasional cooperation. Tensions between the two countries have escalated in recent years due to disputes over issues such as Ukraine, Syria, and allegations of Russian interference in US elections. Despite occasional attempts at diplomatic engagement and cooperation on shared interests, such as arms control and counterterrorism, the relationship between Putin and America remains fraught with mistrust and suspicion. Putin's assertive foreign policy, military interventions, and support for authoritarian regimes have led to concerns among Western countries and neighboring states about Russia's intentions and ambitions. Countries in Eastern Europe and the former Soviet Union, in particular, view Putin's Russia as a threat to their sovereignty and security. As of the present day, Vladimir Putin remains firmly entrenched in power, despite growing domestic and international criticism of his rule. His recent decision to launch a military invasion of Ukraine in 2022 has further escalated tensions and raised concerns about the future of Russia's relations with the international community. Vladimir Putin's legacy is as complex as the man himself, marked by achievements, controversies, and contradictions. As one of the most influential leaders of the 21st century, Putin has left an indelible mark on Russia's trajectory and its standing in the world. Whether he is viewed as a visionary statesman, a ruthless autocrat, or something in between, there is no denying the profound impact Vladimir Putin has had on Russia and the global political landscape. As he continues to navigate the complexities of domestic and international politics, the world watches with bated breath, keenly aware of the far-reaching implications of his actions and decisions.